Alright, this is Arielle. We're back, and
This is Janelle. Hello again, lovely ladies.
And I'm Steve Schiffman.
we have my co-host, of course, of the View of Las Vegas, live right now inside the home of little Christopher. And let's go back to our conversation. Yes, Cynthia, so the doctor said, hey, I hope I will never see him again. What does he mean by that?
He was seeing him because in the hospital he had some seizures, and then when we started the hyperbarics and we went back to see him again, he noticed changes in him, and he's all, just keep doing what you're doing. And then we took him again to see the doctor, and then he fully took him off his phenobarbital and his Keppra, and that's when he said he never needs to see him again.
So that means
he took him off all those meds.
Okay, that means to come back, not to take care of him, meaning to be alive, to be,
So what is the next step now?
The next step?
Yes.
We've just been getting, like you said, the hyperbarics for him. I've been doing, other alternative therapies. One's called, I'm going to say it wrong, the Arielle method, ABM. That also helps reprocess the brain. So the lady that we're seeing, she's awesome. She said once she sees him more, he gets more treatment, he'll be able to move his arms and legs, but it's going to take a little bit of time, and he just has to remember that. And then there's an intensive therapy program out in Southern California I want to get him to as well. The only bad thing about all these things, they're not covered by insurance. So we have to come up and save out of pocket and everything.
So that means that's Janet's job right there. That's what. That's your mission, right, Janet? Come on, Janet, tell me what's your mission.
Yeah, Arielle, thank you. We wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Yes.
So far, I want to put kudos out to Mark Westaway. He's a hyperbaric tech for 40 years down in Mission Viejo that actually donated 62 dies for Christopher. And if it wasn't for Mark Westaway, we don't know quite where we'd be right now. So what we're doing in Las Vegas, we've just aligned and partnered with the #4 celebrity chef in the world, Chef Brian David Scott. He's the chef for the Oscars. And we're going to be doing a VIP 7-course meal dinner here in Las Vegas. And the money will go toward Christopher and to building our center here.
That's what we're trying to talk about yesterday, and Steve wants to plan to do that, and we have a place for that. But if we can find somewhere else, then that's fine too.
Wonderful, wonderful. We want to keep it going. I would like people to go to helpwarriorsnow.org. We have pictures up there of before and after SPECT scans of the brain to show what oxygen does before and after. We also have a lot of things that we're doing and keeping going in the community. We're going to be doing a bikers run soon. We've also, this is so big, we've also aligned with Valentino Johnson, which is the #1 backup study for Michael Jackson. He traveled with Michael for 17 years. And because Michael was hyperbaric as well, he wants to be our voice and take this new show that he's doing in honor of Michael next year around to 27 countries and taking Imagine Now with our therapies to the world. It's very exciting what's happening right now.
That's pretty cool.
Care. Yes.
That's
Very
pretty
cool.
cool. So what do you think about that, Steve?
Well, charity and public spiritedness is always important. Public awareness, public sympathy is important. We also have to focus on prevention, the steps needed to prevent such accidents. In law, it's called an attractive nuisance, which means a pool should be guarded and things of that sort. It's important to take care of the child, but more important to prevent such accidents in the future. That, to me, is a priority. Would you agree?
Yes, yes. You know what we're trying to do now is we are in that season now with Lake Mead out here. And so our dream would be to have a hyperbaric close to the lake. And so if it does happen, they can put these babies or these people right in these hyperbarics. We have seen absolute unprecedented results with even like Eden, like with a brain that actually was pronounced dead. We're seeing things in science right now, all of you, that we need to take heed to. If I named the celebrities that are getting treatment now, it's off the charts. I can name Joe Namath has had his brain fully restored. If you look him up, he's had 180 dives with hyperbaric, and his brain is fully restored. So we're getting into NASCAR, we're getting into all these areas that we have now the answer for keeping the brain astute and tuned up. So that they
Let me
can
ask you
continue
this basic question. If an accident like this happens today, what does 911 do about it? And what do you hope to do to correct whatever delays there would be in proper treatment?
Well, I'm going to let Cynthia answer that on what they did with her.
I mean, they came out to our house, they did CPR on him, then they took him to the hospital, and some kids they put in comas themselves, induced comas. Christopher was in his own coma. They didn't put him in an induced coma. Some kids, they also use cooling mats to cool them down. And then from there, the doctors see you and tell you what they think. Like I said, in our case, they told us there was, no hope for Christopher, and it was up to us what we wanted to do for him.
But I guess what I was
like I
asking
said,
is,
that's
what
when
steps
the
can be
Eden-
done on the official meeting? So when 911 comes, do they have experts who could say this needs to be done rather than treating it as a regular accident? That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, they don't have protocols like that in place now. And then, like you said earlier, obviously, it is prevention. Right now it's summertime. Watch your kids, around any water, even buckets of water, pools, just
Toilets,
watch them,
yeah.
toilets. And, we've seen Christopher and all the other children that, like I said, happens every day. I get stories every day of children that this happens to. Watch your kids out there for even a second. Don't think they're okay. I've met some families, they said they let their children go swimming, 5 years old, without them. And they said after meeting Christopher, they will never do that again. Another lady let her child take baths alone after she met Christopher. She said her daughter's never doing that again. So, watch your kids. Definitely, because I don't, it breaks my heart when I see news stories every day of children that it happens to.
Right.
Well, I know it's sad because little Christopher, he's so cute. Look at that.
Yeah,
He's
he
adorable.
moved.
He did. He heard you say
He
he's
has a
cute.
personality, he does move his head and stuff all on his own. He was on his stomach and he can lift his head up and everything, and he'll look at you and he'll watch TV. When you're talking, he'll smile, he can cry.
Hi,
He's
little
upset.
Christopher. Can he see me? No, huh?
No,
He was
not yet.
He was probably looking where the sound was coming. He heard you talking, and I noticed he was trying to find you.
I know. I saw it. I said, little Christopher. When I say he's so cute, he moved.
He
moved.
did.
He moved his head. He's
Well,
like, wow.
when I first met him, he was completely stoned. He couldn't move at all, and we have pictures of that. And to see him today, I don't see him as much as she does, obviously. So when I see him periodically, his improvements are just really unprecedented. And we had asked everybody to pray for Christopher and all of our babies across the country. This is a horrendous thing to go through for any family. So we do need to learn through these experiences.
I
Financially,
also, yes.
Yeah.
I want to thank
Yeah.
you, Cynthia, for giving us a chance to share the experience that you're experiencing now. That your grandchild, that no matter what, watch their children, don't leave them unattended, no matter what. If they want to grab the towel or the t-shirt, just grab the baby rather than get the towel or the t-shirt. So I guess that's a learning experience from anybody else. Me too. I almost drowned when I was a kid because we loved to jump in a river, right? So now when I swim, I'm so scared to go in the deep waters. I guess I have a phobia. Until today, I still have that phobia.
Well, that's where neurofeedback can come in, Arielle. That's where we can look at the brain and see the different frequencies and the brain. We can reset.
Well,
that
I
for
think
you.
the frequency of my brain is cuckoo. The frequency
We're
of
getting
mine
the
is
brain thing
different. My brain right now is I want to fight with everybody.
That's okay. We like the fighting.
You like the fighting, huh? You like the fighting. So this is one thing I like about our show, Janet. So what we're gonna do is on the fourth segment, I want to be able for us to relax. So let's get the last segment, shout out, talk about everything else. Next week we'll talk about love story. What do you think, Janet?
Sure. Sure. That sounds like fun.
Women's power, right?
Yeah, women power. What are we called? Divas, right? Power divas?
Power divas, yes. So hyperbaric works well. So let's work that also because that's the one you're having right now.
Yes.
So
yes. Well, hyperbaric is phenomenal for anti-aging. It's phenomenal for so
Hey, that's
many.
what I need. Did you hear that, Cynthia? Anti-aging.
Oh yes, I was told that definitely.
Steve is laughing. You need that too, right, Steve?
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway.
Vegas, you know, so
Yes,
there's-
Vegas. When we're right back on the last segment, we're just gonna be shouting out and talk more about this story.